Hi guys, welcome to the final video, not the final video of the course, but the final video talking about the different types of writing. Speech writing. I think this is a bonus kind of writing. I wouldn't say there's a lot of market for it, but if you're in any way close to someone in power or someone an official or government official or some of these important people, then you just might make a fortune on speech writing. And what is speech writing? It is the written form of public speaking. Huh. Yeah, I came up with that. Anyway, you know what public speaking is, right? People that stand in front of an audience and speak, and people clap for them, and people want to get their numbers. Well, that's not always how it goes, but that's what the image that the mind comes up with when you hear public speaker. So most public speakers read from a prepared piece to convey their thoughts and ideas to the audience. Now, in the world we live in, public speakers can be actual physical public speakers, that stand on a podium and they raise their hand and they wave, like all those political speeches and all of that. But it could also be people that sit at home, stay in front of a laptop or camera, web camera like this one, well, and then speak to an audience. Whichever way, a public speaker or any successful public speaker reads from a prepared piece. It could be verbatim and it could be just something with points or an outline to guide, like I've mentioned before about, having an outline. So speech writing is the process of combining thought leadership ideas with facts and relevant opinion to address an audience. Now, some people, let me just talk about the monetary aspect of this because it's a bonus kind of writing and it's not very popular. Now, most people don't need you to write from the scratch. They already know what they want to talk about, just don't know how to present their ideas. Like they have the ideas, they understand the topic. Maybe somebody asks them to come and talk about digital entrepreneurship in Nigeria. They are entrepreneurs and they have a digital business. They know what they want to talk about. They don't know how to start. They don't know where to insert the joke. They don't know if they should even insert the joke. Stuff like that. So as a speechwriter, it's often your job to do proofreading, editing, restructuring, reformatting, just so that at the end of the speech, there's going to be a resonating influence on the audience. So there aren't so much speech writers as there are speech editors, unless you want to count the reformatting and all of that as writing. And it is part of writing, just technicalities and logistics. Anyway, before I drift off, speech writing is the process of combining thought leadership ideas with facts and relevant opinions to address an audience. So we usually do it for authorities in different industries, of course, people that are actually in the position to give speeches, and offices who receive invitations to address people from their wealth of knowledge. An important part of speech writing is giving room for dramatic pauses and rhetorics to keep people good till the end. So this is also related to the creative writing that I mentioned, where I said, did you hear that? Where I said for script, movie scripts, some movie scripts, even skits or YouTube videos, the script writers insert this useless, let me just put it like that, words, this and uhs and pauses and the question marks, just so that you're not speaking in a monotonous tone to your audience. Imagine you opened this video now and I just started it. Number 8, speech writing. A simple way to describe speech writing is the written form of public speaking. Most public speakers write from a prepared piece to convey their thoughts and ideas to the audience. Speech writing is the process. You get bored. I'm bored of what I'm reading. In fact, it's tiring. But when you write it, if I wrote it in a way that is specifically engaging, in a way that says pause, dramatic pause. In fact, you put it in bracket, dramatic pause, and the person pauses, question, ask the question, and raise your head for people to try to answer the question, even if it's rhetorical. Those cues, those things are what make speech writing speech writing. I mean, I'm trying to figure out a way to pass that message, but you're going to get it when you go through the examples that I've added anyway. So speeches are there for inspiration. That's just it. If you say you're giving a speech and at the end of the speech, nobody claps, nobody reacts, that speech is a failure, a big failure. People need to react to your speech. That reaction is exactly what determines the success of your content. So moving on, we're not gonna waste a lot of time here. Speech writing tips, simple is better. It's not just for speech writing. Any kind of writer, simple is always better. Number 2, stand up and read it out loud. Whether you're writing from scratch or you're helping somebody restructure or reformat, don't just sit down and edit and send it. Remember, it is supposed to be a speech, and this person is going to be speaking it out, not submitting the written word. So you need to put yourself in the shoes of that person. And the easiest way to do that is to read what you've written as if you were actually the one to speak to the audience. That way, it's easy for you to pick um wrong pauses or irrelevant breaks or useless words and all of that, and beautify the content. The next is to watch people speak. Have you watched Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech? My God, you have to watch that. It is amazing. And amazing is an understatement. Recently I also watched it wasn't a speech, it's a TED talk by Chimamanda Adichie Ngozi. She also had a script that she was actually, reading from. Not verbatim, of course, but there were points there that you could see it was right there in front of her. You could see that this it was like 3, 4 pages. This content was guiding the words that she said, and I, in fact, it was inspiring because there was storytelling, there was goosebumps. Yes, that's the word, and she passed her message. It was a TED talk about I am a feminist or we should all be feminists. You can Google it. I didn't link to it here. Sorry about that. Okay, I actually just watched it, so I didn't link to it in this video. But if you want to watch it, you can just search for Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's "We Should All Be Feminists" TED talk. If you watch that video, you're going to understand what speech writing should do to people when you're done speaking to them. The next is to use an outline. We've said this over and over again. Outlines help. It's not compulsory, but it helps with content development. Give your audience goosebumps with your conclusion. In this case, goosebumps can be questions, rhetorical questions, questions that leave people wondering. That when they get back home and you ask them, "How was your day?" They go, "Oh, it was fine. I listened to this speech," and then they start to actually reflect on the question that you asked or the conclusion, your concluding statement. Just give them something to pass with. Don't let people listen to you and then by the time you say a full stop and you end, that's the end of it. Nobody remembers what you said. That's a poor, very, very poor speech. Then the next is to add an element of gratitude for the audience. Yes, always say thank you. I mean, time is money, and we have given you our time to listen to whatever gibberish you want to say. You should tell me thank you at least. That's the least you can do. Then finally, use data and facts to emphasize certain points. yeah, data always helps. Numbers are incredible element. They give perspective to messages. When you say um 3 billion people, out of 3 billion people in the world, only 10 suffer from this. It makes you wonder how rare are these people. You understand? So data facts, where applicable, they make a lot of difference in communicating the message. All right, example of word class speeches. I think I linked to the videos. Not okay. This is not a video. This is the written part, but you can find the video on YouTube. It's a free video. Go away. Okay, it's a free video. Oh, in fact, the video is here. If you want to listen to it, it's just 17 minutes. Trust me, 17 minutes is a very, very small price to pay for the kind of incredible thing that you're going to learn from this speech. So if you have the time, go ahead and read and watch. This is also the written part. Huh, interesting. I actually thought that I connected, but anyway, this is the video too. You can watch it. I actually enjoy watching the video more than I enjoy reading the speech. But regardless of if you're watching or you're reading, trust me, you'll learn plenty. And we have come to the end of the different types of writing. There are no assignments for this particular one. Like I said, it's just something extra for you, just in case you were wondering, are these all the kinds of writing? There are many, many different types of writing. But at the end of the day, it depends on who is classifying it. Left to me, I would classify speech writing under creative writing because you cannot give an effective speech without using storytelling. And, well, storytelling falls under creative writing. So thank you for watching. See you in the next videos upcoming and looking forward to your assignment. Bye now. Mm.